Sarah Palin is accusing, quote, evil Sacha Baron Cohen of duping her into a phony interview by posing as a disabled veteran. Now, Cohen is promoting his new Showtime series called Who is America with his classic go-to interview technique, getting famous people to say and do silly things. Let's talk it over with senior media correspondent and host of Reliable Sources, Brian Stelter. So, Brian, Sarah Palin furious, calling Cohen truly sick and exploitive. What went down?
Yeah, she says that she was duped by this production crew because Sacha Baron Cohen, the famous comedian, was portraying a disabled veteran, even with a wheelchair, and asking for an interview with Palin about veterans' issues and military issues. She says she agreed to the interview under that impression, under that idea, and then it turned out to be this comedian. We know very little about the show that Sacha Baron Cohen's been working on. It's a secret, but it was announced a few days ago by the Showtime network, the premium cable channel, and it's going to be a 7-part series. So apparently, Palin is one of the episodes, but the show is such a secret, Showtime won't even confirm that she's a part of it. So we don't actually know if this is going to air or not, but my bet is it will air, that Palin will be one of the episodes, and that somehow he'll have some excuse or defense for why he was willing to disguise himself as a vet to get the interview.
Do we know when she realized this was a trick?
Yeah, apparently at some point in the interview, she came out and shared this in the past day or so to try to make a point, to try to explain that this is how she was set up, and to say that Sacha Baron Cohen and the producers and the network should donate money to charity, should turn this into a positive and make donations to a charity. Now, I've asked Showtime for comment about this. They won't say a word. Like I said, they won't even admit that Palin's a part of the series, but I suspect that when the show starts to air this Sunday, we'll start to hear from the comedian about why he did it. Because after all, Palin's not the only person that he is apparently duped. Dick Cheney is the person that appears in the promo for the first episode. We can show you part of the video of the promo. You only see a few seconds of Cheney, but what you do see is the former vice president at one point signing a waterboard kit. So you hear the joke there from Sacha Baron Cohen. It sure seems like Dick Cheney went along with it. We don't know how he was duped or if he was duped. We don't know what the background of that one was. But according to Matt Drudge, the famous blogger, it's not just Palin, it's not just Cheney, it's also David Petraeus, Howard Dean, Bernie Sanders, Alberto Gonzales, Trent Lott, Ted Koppel, people on both sides of the aisle that have been, in one way or another, I don't want to say they're victims because we don't know yet, but they've been sitting down with Sacha Baron Cohen.
I mean, obviously his whole shtick is to be outrageous, to do things that spark controversy in many ways, but him dressing up as a disabled veteran, I mean, in a lot of ways, people could look at that and say he's making fun of a disabled veteran.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a lot to explain, perhaps a lot to defend, and because right now the network's going off of this idea that all press is good press and just staying totally secretive. They're not defending it, they're not explaining it, but the head of Showtime did say in a statement the other day, without confirming Palin was involved, he said behind the elaborate setup is a genuine quest for the truth about people, places, and politics. So maybe Sacha Baron Cohen has a big point to make, maybe he's going to make that point through this 7-episode series, but for now we don't know. In fact, there's a secret screening of the series tonight in New York, and in order to attend, you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. So you can't even admit that you were at the screening ahead of time. That's how secretive Showtime is making this.
Interesting.
So we'll see on Sunday when it actually airs to the public what it's like.
I'm curious. Brian Stelter.
At least, yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks.